What's up YouTube? Dale here from Zephyr. I'm here with Matt, and Matt has got top one, well I say top 130, you've got 131st place at UK Nationals from like 1300 people, which is absolutely insane, with his favourite deck right now being Runick for hire. So Matthew, congratulations on getting that far. Please take us through your profile.
Yeah. Really enjoyed the event today. It was my first Nationals.
Of the Ultimate Time Wizard. Duelist of the Ultimate Time Wizard, your final round of Swiss is starting now.
It was my first Nationals event, so I'm very happy with how I did. Wasn't even expecting to make day 2, so it's a happy surprise. But to start off the deck, got the Fur Hire engine, so I got 3 copies of Rex. Really good card. Rex plus like any Runick spell is like your full combo. Beat, which is what you summon out off of like the Rookie that Rex searches. It's a level 3, so Rookie on any of like the Sprite monsters or any of like the Hugans or even Jerry can get beat out from a deck. And then as long as you have these 2 on the field at the same time, that's your combo. Domper, when another Fur's summoned, destroys a face-up card on the field, which triggers the Folgo to draw. Rafale added like consistency.
Duelist of the Mega Challenge. Duelist of the Mega Challenge.
Get some extra cards from deck to hand. There's also a monster negate as well.
Are now available.
You don't normally have access to the monster negate unless you like maybe open like the Mayhem, and you can set the Mayhem to summon the Rafale during the opponent's turn, and then use Rex to add back the Fur for the negate. But it's mostly just like to add extra Runick spells. And then 3 copies of Fossil Dig, because you really want to just see Rex, really good cards.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then Mayhem and Rookie, just to search off the Rex.
Yeah, one move is fine.
And then for the Sprite engine, I've got 3 copies of Sprite Blue, Sprite Carrot and Sprite Red. Up until recently, I was main decking like Jet and like Starter or Smashers, but they were just a little bit sad to draw going second, so I ended up taking them out of the deck in the end.
Okay, continuing, picking up from the Runick spells.
So for the Runick spells, 2 copies of Fountain, I got 3 copies of Tip, 3 Flash and Fire, 3 Freezing Curses, 3 Destruction, so 3 copies of all the good ones, 2 Slumber, the Smelling and Smite and Storm. So a lot of Runick cards, because like any Runick spell plus Rex is combo, so you really want to see them.
Attention duelists of the Mega Challenge. Duelists of the Mega Challenge, please refresh your neuron. Your pairing should now be corrected.
It's a 40 card deck,
Mega Challenge, please
so it allows for 6 non-engine space.
Now be corrected.
I'm not really a fan of hand traps, because I didn't think like just opening one hand trap would be like the difference maker between winning and losing. So I also went for like board breakers, so I got evenly matched. And then talents, really good both going first and second. From what I'm seeing, not many people are playing like Joel and Lockbirds, so if I like have talents in the opening hand, I won't even do like summon Hugin and draw phase, I'll just do it main phase to try and like bait out a Veiler. Then you can like talents draw 2 or hand rip, depending on how good your hand is. And then you can make Mannequin Cat to summon the Veiler to your field, later pop it and then draw 3 cards off Folgo. And then for the extra deck, 2 copies of Hugin. Third one never really comes up, just doing Moon instead of the third one. It's a different level to Hugin, so if you use like Rookie or Moonin, you can get like a Rex or like another Domper from the deck, but also like helps win in time if you ever go that long. In one of my rounds against Purely, Moonin's got like the bonus effect to negate the activation of a card that would target a Runick card on the field. So my opponent had a 4 material Noir on the field, so instead of like activating a Runick spell to summon Hugin with Fountain up, I'd summon Moon into the zone. And if they wanted to spin the Fountain, they'd have to use both Noir activations, because Moonin would be negating the first one. So it forced them both out, and I was able to like continue playing through the field from there. 1 copy of Jerry. Pretty good, allows you to like out skill drain, because you can just summon it during the battle phase. Obviously you don't activate a Runick spell before going to the battle phase, so you summon it in battle phase, just crash it, pop skill drain. Level 4, so again you can like tag out for beat with Rookie, and it lets you add back Fountain, so after you use the first Fountain, replace it with a second Fountain, add the first one back. And there are a couple of times a day where I use Fountain like 3 times, just because you replace it and then like loop the first one back with Jerry. Slipnir, didn't summon it at all, but it's just there in case I need to like go in for like added damage. I hadn't used a Runick spell in a couple of turns, so just summon it during the battle phase if I need to like close out the game with like the last 15. Or it's decent against Tempai as well. because like start of battle phase, you can like before they attack, like tag out, try and like get rid of like Chundra, the red Tenpai, and they need like an answer for it. Otherwise, it might just end their turn. For higher link monsters, we've got 2 copies of Donna. This is what like facilitates a 2-card combo between like Rex and any Runick spell. You get your rookie, you tribute Hugin to summon Beat, and then you like tag them both out and then bring them both back with Beat Rex, and Beat gets you search for a Fale. 1 copy of Folgo, you only really need 1. It can be a little bit scary against like Kashtira if they like rip it, because then you lose pretty much all of your grind, especially with like Kashtira Birth as well, like banishing your spells. But you just have to try and like not activate a monster effect if they got Unicorn and Fill beforehand. But it summons a Fur from deck, and you'll be drawing 3 pretty much like every turn, both yours and your opponent's. And if you get hand trapped at any point, like a monster hand trap, so like Veiler, Ash, Ghost Mourner, Ghost Ogre, anything like that, you can use Mannequin Cat to summon it back to their field, so they have a body on field turn 1 for you to be able to pop and then draw 3 off Folgo. So more often than not, if you get hand trapped, you can end up ending with a better field because of those bonus 3 cards, and if you just weren't to be hand trapped in the first place. 1 copy of Sprint comes up if you like don't have a way into Rex, but if you like open Mayhem, you could just like make Sprint, send Rex to grave, Mayhem, bring the Rex back, and that gets you your search of rookie. And even though it can't be used for a link summon the turn it's summoned, you could just make Donna tribute with Sprint, and you get the materials back, so it's not really too much of a problem. For the remaining links, I've got IP Masquerader, SP Little Knight, Underworld Goddess, just in case I come into like a Towers or something. Only summoned it once, it was just to like get rid of a Noir that was unaffected. And then for the remaining Xyz after Mannequin Cat, we've got a Gigantic and then Typhoon. Only summoned Typhoon once again. It was against a branded player. They had Mirror Jade on field, and I just wanted to like out the Mirror Jade without it board wiping my field, so I made it, just bounced the Mirror Jade back, and I just had enough Runick spells to prevent them on the following turn.
Excellent. So before you show us your side deck, can you remember your matchups? I've got a list down of what you sent us yesterday, so I can't remember those, but what was yours for today? So you made day 2, you had to play 2 more rounds of Swiss today. What were the 2 you faced today? Can you remember those?
So the 2 additional rounds I had to play today were, the first one was against Snake Eye. I ended up losing that round, unfortunately. Game 1's fairly back and forth. Game 2, I just had enough interruption, negated the Lightning Storm, and he just scooped from there. Game 3, just really unfortunate. I had triple Joel and Lockbird in my opening hand. I used the first one, he called by the second one, so I chained. So I used the first one, he called by it, so I chained the second one. So it was under Droll, but I just didn't have anything to sort of like play with. And then the following round, which is the last one I played, it was the 11th round of the event, was against Purely. Lost game 1. Game 2, I was able to win like quite quickly because I just had Dimensional Barrier. They hand trapped me, and I was able to summon it to their field, and I drew a D-Barrier off of like Folgo. So it was, some of the bonus cards Folgo got me after getting hand trapped. And then game 3, they went first. They weren't able to hard make Noir during their own turn, but I had the Runick spells. I had Destruction to force out the Purely Leap in the draw phase. They of course chained it, and then chain link 3, I did Flash and Fire to destroy the Noir, and they weren't able to get out the X-Purely Noir and get the 4 draws.
Excellent. So just reading off the list that you sent last night, just in case your memory, you can't remember all of them. Round 1 was Voiceless Voice, and you lost that one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You then faced Melodious, Voiceless, and Drew. So obviously I suppose you kind of see there's a bit of a pattern with Voiceless not being the ideal matchup for you.
In my opinion, probably the worst. The targeting protection they have just makes it kind of unplayable, unfortunately.
Yeah. So starting the day off with X2, like losing 2 already, you're already kind of like on the bubble of 1 more and you might not make it. But then you go on this amazing run, so you end up taking on Yugioh, then Snake Eyes, then Kashtira, which you ended up losing, unfortunately. So you're now X3. Now you can't afford to drop anything more. You end up coming back again, beating something like Snake Eyes, then another Yugioh back to back, so 2 lots of Yugioh, and then the final round of yesterday was Branding, which allowed you to qualify for day 2.
Yeah.
Did do incredibly well. So before we wrap this up, do you want to show us your side deck?
Yeah.
This obviously all adapts depending on the environment and everything else, but this will give you a competitive look at what might be played at a high event like Nationals.
So added cards I had in the side deck for the event, Darkcrawler No More. Really good for like Voiceless Voice, in my opinion. It negates the Skull Guardian, turns off Seravis, and if they want to like, so it's pretty much only like the Trap Disruption they have left, unless they've got something else like the Blessing to Ritual Summon another one. But that like forces them to play into talents, at which point if I have talents, it like turns off the Stole Guardian, and then that's just like 2 cards, and I'm good to play the remaining 4 I've got. Joel Lockbird wasn't on this card until like literally the night before the event started.
Duelist of the Mega Challenge.
I sided it in a couple of times. The only time I sided it in, saw it, was against the Snake Eye player, which was round 1 of day 2. I saw all 3 copies of it, and it's kind of done me in, sadly. But in theory, it's supposed to be another like counter card to Voiceless Voice, because I was fairly confident against like everything else, but it's mainly just that Voiceless matchup that I struggle with. For going first, just to take out the evening matches, I had 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier. Good against like Voiceless Voice, good against like Melodious, Purely, Tempai. I think it's a really solid card. 3 copies of Nibiru. I just wanted like added go in the second card, because I'm not like really main decking any hand traps. It's literally just like the evening match. So I wanted just some added bits if I'm going against like a more combo heavy deck. 1 Cosmic Cyclone, that was just kind of like the 15th card. Because up until the other night I was doing like a play set of Cosmic Cyclone on the side, and I also had like Jet and Starter in there, but I decided to take out the Jet and Starter in place of like the extra Joel and Lockbirds. Wiz, normally just side in if like it's getting close to time, or it's also just a spell trap negate as well. So more often than not, if I'm going first, probably just put it in anyway just to counter stuff like Evenly or Lightning Storm. Final card is Chaos Hunter. Didn't come up today at all, unfortunately, but that's your counterplay to Shifter. So if you get like shifted at any point, as long as you have like another level 2,
Attention, tag duelist.
you would make the Mannequin Cat
Final round pairings are now available.
You'd make Mannequin Cat
Tag
with
duelist,
Hugin.
your final round pairings are now available.
You'd make Mannequin Cat with Hugin and any level 2, summon the Shifter to their field, and then that lets you summon Chaos Hunter from your deck. And then none of your stuff's going to be banished by Shifter. But it still lets you play the Runick spells as well, because it's just the opponent can't banish. Against Kashtira, normally I might leave like the Shifter on the field, because I need like an empty board to summon bits like Fenrir and Unicorn. But any other deck, you'd pop it and then draw 3 off the Folgo as well.
Amazing. So for your first nationals, congratulations, well done. Very good event. Unfortunately, not making the top 128, but that is just part of it. I bet you've learned an absolute load from this one. We will be going to Euros together as well, so that'd be really kind of cool to see what you choose to play. I don't know when this video is going to go out, if it's going to go out before or after the Ritual Beast one, but you definitely have now a mini dilemma on your mind. But thank you so much for every single one of you watching. Again, congratulations to Matt, getting to 133 out of 1,300, so the top 10% in the UK technically. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, as absolutely always, stay safe and of course, happy dueling.